that's new from the Matt Stapp Band. It's called Summertime right here on Texas Homegrown Radio.
Oh, yeah.
And they're in studio with us. Well, at least part of the band. Martin and Matt are here with us. Thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah, we're missing a couple Zacks.
May have to grab these. Yeah, where's the Zacks?
The Zacks didn't
Yeah,
make it
you can pull that
Close
closer.
to
Yeah, pull it closer. Yeah, more. Yeah, there you go.
That's
There you
more
go.
like
That's
closer.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I should have thought of that before we went live, but
it's
I like to do it live
It's
so
all
people
good.
know it's real.
Yeah.
This is not AI.
This
You
is
know?
not-
So since we're on radio, do I need to use my radio voice?
Yes, always. I don't. People always ask me that, like, do your radio voice. I'm like, I talk the same.
It's the same. Yeah.
It's just I don't have an equalizer when I'm in real life.
If you call and listen to my voicemail, it's total radio voice. Hi, you've reached Martin McLemore. I can't come to the phone right now, but
Oh, yeah.
It'd be great, like, if people did that for other jobs, though. Like, like take old radio guys, and then like they're like the Walmart greeter or something. Like, thank you for coming to Walmart. Can I see your receipt? And that'd be awkward. Wouldn't that be awkward? Yeah.
All right. Coming on.
I don't know.
Walk on in the doors down here at Walmart. We got what you got there? Yeah, let's see that. Hold on. Hey, let me see your receipt. Oh, yeah. You got it all right here.
How
on
old are you? They haven't had
Walmart.com.
DJs like that since like the 50s. How old are you?
right?
I wanted to live in that time,
And Jody and I, we graduated from high school in '93. And
Yeah.
that was the end of my radio career. Was in '93. That's when I was asked not to come back to KSTV.
Oh, fun.
That's
You
when,
got second place.
and that's when mine started, and I became their competitor for life. I did it really for Martin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, well, you can't. If you do like make Martin leave, then I will be your competitor forever.
You're his
That's-
Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm
That's
your-
what
yeah.
friends are for, Joe.
And thank you.
You don't even Bledsoe. You talk so good there. I mean, a sports analogy. How original.
I was on the other team though.
Way to go, Coach
different.
Stapp.
You don't even wear boots.
Yeah, wait. But I mean, thanks for comparing me to Tom Brady. That's cool. I get it. The GOAT.
Like his head.
Could have been
any
Tom
bigger.
Hanks. Like, what?
Goofiest of all time.
Man.
Yeah, y'all been doing this a while.
A little bit.
We were talking about that. It seems like yesterday that I was in the studio when y'all were recording. Remember that? What was the first one y'all recorded?
Could have been.
Could have been. Yeah, that was a great tune.
Yeah, that was. We're gonna re-release that next month, so it's actually out on Spotify right now. Our EP that we did back in 2010 hit Spotify and all the other platforms this morning. So there's some more stuff out there to listen to.
Yep.
And again, when you think 2010, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
It does it? Yeah.
We're like,
I guess it
think
was.
that long
Yeah.
ago.
15 years.
Backed by popular demand.
Fitting your.
Couldn't
I mean,
get-
I was
couldn't get
35,
rid
and
of
dang it, I'm 50 now. But
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's a fact.
Does not seem like it was that long ago.
I know. I remember. I guess one of the last shows I saw y'all play was like at the Rock and P, and y'all played there. I think that was one of the last ones I got to go see before y'all took a break.
Yeah, it's
But,
been a minute.
Yeah,
yeah,
Definitely been a minute.
except for every once in a while when y'all do
The
a
cow
little
was
get
still
back
there.
to. Yeah, right.
the cow's still there.
And I think maybe there was like some every once in a while there was like a benefit or something that y'all would.
Yeah, we don't mind doing benefits. Like we just did one yesterday in Bluffdale at the Greenwood for some folks that lost their house in that tornado there in
Oh,
Bluffdale.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
We drove past
I was
that.
it went by me before it went there, like where I was at.
We was down at the river, my wife and I, and a couple of friends over there of hers. She was like, all of a sudden, everybody's just like, "Oh my God, there's a tornado coming!" And I was like, "So what? We're down at the river.
And
Let's get down in that
We'll
ditch.
get in it.
open another drink.
It'll
That's what
be
you
fine.
do.
We'll just
And
leave
everybody's
it
like,
as
"No,
they
no,
go
we
in."
gotta leave right now. We're gonna die." And
I was like, we're going to go up there where that is? No,
I
we're
was
going to
like-
stay down here.
I was like, "Oh, all right." So we start leaving, and then we're driving down this road, and it's just like tornado warning, and it's just like, yeah, there's a tornado, and then it shows it like where it is on the map, and we're like 2 miles from it. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, is it that way?" We're driving this way.
There's been a lot of that this year.
This isn't a four-way stop. I
Yeah,
can go wherever I want.
We're 2 miles from it, and then we come back around and we're driving back towards Stephenville, and then they're like, "Yeah, there's one in Bluffdale now," because that one was in Glen Rose, and then and when I look and we're like 5 miles away from it's over here, and I'm like, we drove past another one. Well,
There's been a lot of that.
let me know if I need to dodge a cow.
Weatherford,
man.
Weatherford got hit
Yep.
really bad last night. I was in the ER watching the weather.
I was blessed
I was
on
like,
that.
oh no. It was
Yeah.
like,
I'm
I
glad
got
I
right
didn't
after I
get
got my
tornado
truck.
eyes.
I had to come over here to do something to help somebody, and then I got caught in a hailstorm going home. Everybody's like, "Did you stop?" I'm like, "No, I drove faster." And I was thinking, "When you're going through hell, you keep on going, don't slow down." Yeah, Joel said, "I don't think that's what that song means." I'm like, "It did that day." I was dodging them. Whoa. It's like a video game. I'm like, I knew that Nintendo would come in handy one day.
No kidding.
Training.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mario Kart.
Yeah. Hit a little double dotto and spin around. It's like, I hit a banana peel, but I missed the hailstone.
Oh,
Wait a
good.
minute.
Missed the hailstone.
Wait a minute. You got to play Mario? They made me play Oregon Trail.
You are old.
Had a floppy disk.
No, me and Martin did
Had
that.
to, had to avoid the disease.
You keep having to stop, and they're like, I just want to keep going. Want to see what happens.
Put them in a wagon.
Oh,
Going up a
we're old
hill.
enough to remember the computers that just had a green screen.
Yeah,
That was,
yeah.
The coolest thing you could do was when you had like print shop and on this dot matrix printer, and you could make these banners just to hang up everywhere.
had to
check
take
it out.
them-
It says "Happy Birthday," man.
Yeah.
Like what?
Just
It only took
solid
me
block.
2 hours to print it. And that sound. When I worked at the radio station, we wasted so much paper because the AP wire would always print
On the dot
constantly,
matrix?
and there would just be piles of paper with information because you didn't have the internet. That's how you got your news.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it was awful.
She had a shredder right under it, and just going shred in the shredder.
You can't Google things back then. But
Yeah.
it was a lot easier because you could tell people thought you knew things because they just had to take your word for it. Now they Google it and they're like, "You're full of crap."
fact check you. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Well, quit fact checking me. Just believe me.
Oh,
I was
man.
there. I promise.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Me
term,
and Tom Brady.
The term checks out. Checks out. That wasn't there in 1992.
But also
no
think
one said, "Hey, that checks out."
it could be a good thing too because think about when y'all started playing music. I mean, there's not a lot of evidence of a lot of things that happened. So
It's either written on a wall somewhere, or it's told
Yeah.
by
These-
story.
kids these days
History.
are screwed. It's all videoed.
Had there been camera phones and stuff, I don't think I'd have made it out of college. Yeah. I didn't even have a computer until I got out of college.
There's probably some Polaroids of us that need to disappear, but
I
Probably.
don't think I had a cell phone until 2007.
yeah, I was like one of the last people to get
Man,
one.
I
that-
thought I was.
I swear that don't seem like it was that long ago, though.
Again,
It really doesn't. Like, I remember thinking, like, 2000s. Wow, the 90s are behind us. Like, okay,
Yeah, but we were in the 1900s.
I know, but that was like, okay.
Back in my day.
It didn't really compute for me for a while that we weren't like in that era anymore. Like everything had changed. We're in space.
Oh man,
now.
I miss your old truck. I just started that. That
Which
two
one?
was it two-tone brown? That square body truck
Oh,
you
yeah.
had.
The
Oh, that was
three-quarter
That
ton?
thing was clean.
Yeah.
God, I love that truck. I just thought that. Why did that pop in my head?
like a
I don't know.
Scottsdale.
I had I had
clearly you have a timeline going from this side to this
I had a
side.
crew cab dually that matched.
This lobe says 2000. And
Let's go back to the 90s.
1990.
Yeah, I had a crew cab dually that was the same color.
Let's do the
And
super
then
happy ending.
The old school superintendent here in Stephenville, Ben Gilbert, he had a half ton and a 3/4 ton that were the same color scheme, and they were both just immaculate.
Yes.
And so I traded my crew cab dually in on both of those, and my dad took the half ton, I took the 3/4 ton, and
It was sweet.
it was.
I don't know why
flawless.
that just popped in my
and,
head.
And the oddest thing,
I think if you had that now, what it would be worth.
just the oddest thing about that truck is the person that ended up buying it after I had it was the guy that I played drums for,
No kidding.
Ray Diffie.
No kidding. My dad had an '86 custom deluxe. It was black, and he put a 350 from a boat in it, which is you got a lot more torque, and I mean not a whole lot more, but enough.
You motorboating some bitch.
Yeah. Oh,
Remember Better
Well,
Off Dead? Not one crazy summer. There was a John Cusack movie where they put the freaking Maserati motor in the back, and they won the yacht thing.
And
the
that
Gala.
sucker-
The Gala.
That
Gala.
sucker was. It had so much torque though. If you stomped on it, that whole thing would twist. Like
Yep.
I mean, it was just it was a great truck. I wish he sold it and it became a plow truck in Kentucky. I used to steal it when he was sleeping, and I'd go driving around, and then it stopped running so good.
Because you were taking it out and partying.
Well, I'm not admitting to anything. Past what
He
I
might be
already
watching.
have.
Yeah, that's probably good. Hey, good morning, Ramey Land. She's tuned in. She said, "Good morning, fellas."
Top of the
Up there in
morning. to you.
Michigan, watching in the Michigan area. Well, y'all want to play a tune?
Yep.
Yeah,
Since you got your Git fiddle out,
for sure, for sure, for sure.
Martin's got his box because he don't like to sit on a comfy seat. He likes the hard.
I told you I'd prefer the comfy seat, but it's hard to play this thing if I'm not sitting on it.
I remember one time.
That's what I was
One time I got to go play with Martin. I remember I ran into him at a convenience store, and he's like, "What are you doing tonight?" And I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "You come out to the Dove Lease and play guitar and get out there and just a bunch of dudes and."
Yeah.
We just played songs, and he sat there and played the box, and it was so muddy I barely got out of there. That's a fun time. That was a good time.
That's good times.
A lot of ex-Tarleton people, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Football
It was.
players and stuff.
Awesome.
Well, cool. Let's do something.
Alrighty, this one's called "Take Your Crown." Kind of in tune. But I found a name. It was in an old phone book from when you were living in my town. We were fond of free and easy, 'cause I could never settle down. 1,000,000 times under your window, your silhouette shines in the night. The subtle softness of "I love you" always seemed to make things right. Did not need to take your crown when I felt you coming here. When you made it all too strong, I could not make you ever tell. It was so strange and new. What was the bar do, good Lord? I did not need to take your crown. Oh, but I did.
Yeah.
Found your name, it was in an old when AM smoke rings hit my ceiling. That's when I learned to craft my sound. But I did not need to take your crown when I felt you coming in. When you made it all too strong, I could not make you ever tell. It was so strange and new. What was a body, good Lord? I did not need to take your crown, but I did. And I did not need to take your crown when I felt you coming in. When you made it all too strong, I could not make you ever tell. It was so strange and new. What was a body, good Lord? I did not need to take your crown. Oh, but I did. But I did. But I did. But I did. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Real nice.
I dig that, man.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Cool,
that's a
dude.
good one. Is that a new one, or have y'all been playing that one a while?
That's
That's fairly new, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
we're talking years. I don't know, man. Like,
well.
Well,
As far as the Matt Stapp Band 2.0,
Yeah,
which is what you'll find on our
2.0.
new merch stuff.
yeah, I like that too.
We had to explain that the last couple of shows. You know, what's the 2.0? Well, 1.0 was back in 2009, 2010 when we were playing 150 to 170 shows a year. And the end of that 2010 year, I went 3 months without having my son for a weekend. I said,
Yeah, it's-
guys, I can't do this anymore. I said, he's 10 years old and I'm missing too much.
Yeah.
So step back, and then about 2 years ago, we kind of got the band back together. So this is 2.0.
Like the Blues Brothers.
yeah.
We're getting the band
that's
back
right.
together.
Yeah. I know two kinds of music.
We started that show last
Both-
night
both
with that
kinds.
song, and then we got back home.
We
and
got
Matt and
both
I-
kinds.
Yeah,
We're
country
s-
and western.
Yeah, we're sitting out in the shop talking about everything. And
Country and western.
Country.
I think we decided that's the next one we're going to record.
I think so. I
So,
like that song a
I
lot.
love that. Yeah, that's gonna be
I dig
awesome.
that song.
That's cool, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it too.
Timeline wise, that thing.
You know who would like
probably-
that song? Our exclusive sponsor, Triple Crown Ford in Stephenville.
That's right.
Would love,
Yeah.
would love that.
Yep. I like that.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
It's good to be wanted,
Hey,
guys.
we kind of rewrite that for a jingle for Triple Crown.
Yeah. Don't need to hold my nose.
Didn't mean to buy my truck there, but at Triple
But I
Crown,
did.
but I did.
Bought my truck from
Just
Triple Crown.
The music video.
But I did.
The commercial videos just of like somebody walking in and they immediately chloroform you. And you wake up in a car.
I don't think that's good advertisement. That's
I
That's
think
not
that,
good
I think
enough.
this just went the wrong way,
yeah,
Jim.
too far. He always goes one step too far.
But how else you gonna figure out where that is?
In all fairness, I asked what the
We can just
format of
ask you.
the show
You'll
was.
tell us.
I know he's rubbing off on me. I almost overdosed this weekend on baking soda.
Bless, bro.
So Jeb tells me I'm having like all these stomach problems, and we have a show, and I'm like, I can't cancel, and I just feel terrible. And he's like, you should put baking soda in
I
water.
said put a teaspoon.
I don't remember you saying.
He probably told you to mix it with vinegar and
I
then
don't
drink
remember he said teaspoon.
A teaspoon.
I filled the bottom.
No.
I filled the bottom of a cup, and then poured water in it, and I drank it. And I told him, I said, "Man, I almost threw up. That was terrible." And he was like, well,
It's instant.
bad, but
also,
I didn't. I held it in, but it was awful. And then I was still hurting, and it
I
was
told
even
you only
worse.
take a teaspoon.
And so then I was like,
microdose,
and then I
man.
thought, I wonder what would happen if I drank a Coca-Cola with it.
I don't know, man. I'm not
And-
exactly a scientist.
You do
Let's
remember
just
our like science projects
kind of maybe
in
see a reaction
school
there.
where we would mix like baking soda and vinegar and we could make a volcano.
I'm
right?
just saying, I had to run to the
Totally
bathroom,
made
and
it
it
on
was
that
like
project.
it was like a bad Mentos experiment. And
No,
I-
man.
but not this way.
but I think I overdosed on the bacon, so I started getting muscle spasms and stuff while we're playing. I told the guy that owned the place, I said, I bet I'm the only musician that has a white powder problem, and it's baking soda. You know, like
What do you have on your chin? It's
Jody
supposed to be
OD'd.
up
What?
here, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he OD'd. What was it? Baking soda. Yep.
Arm and
It's
Hammer.
like-
Death by Arm and Hammer.
God bless you, bro.
yeah. So note to your, if you're gonna do the baking soda and water, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
Just a little dabble, do you?
yeah. I'm still paying for it.
Dang, man, that stinks.
Yeah.
It does work. It is effective. I have certainly,
Too much is not good.
but yes, less is
That's
more.
my problem. I always do too much of everything.
Less is more.
I thought if a little bit's good, and the whole lot would be
This
so
is
much
not-
better.
This is not a time to hills and
That's
valleys.
why I had to quit
Less
drinking.
is more.
Also, same reason.
Right.
There's this word that people keep telling me, moderation.
Moderation.
I don't know that word. I don't know what it means. I googled it, but
Socially.
yeah,
Socially.
I don't think that's in the
Moderation.
dictionary.
moderation. I can't. I just have to do like I had to quit everything cold turkey because I'm not a moderation guy.
Yeah, you're like, I don't believe in being middle of the road.
No
I'm
way.
either going to be
My
very
mom
bottom,
told me
top.
you do everything 110%.
If you're not first, you're last.
That's right.
Hey, we learned
I
that.
mean, you can be second. You can
Ricky
be third.
Bobby.
Hey, you can be fifth.
Jeb was high when he said that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It was baking soda.
You can't fact check that. So.
They got me for the baking soda that was already gone.
Got me for baking soda that was already gone. Long gone.
Don't y'all think this baking soda thing's got out of hand? New song coming soon.
God bless you, brother.
I want
good stuff.
an alter ego so I can write Weird Al songs.
Oh yeah.
Because every time like Jeb sings a cover song, in my head I just think of a funny, I was thinking like a Garth Brooks. You could do I Got Friends with Two Faces. That'd be a great one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I got friends with two faces.
The
Really
goofy.
thought I was gonna do that for a while because just different lyrics would come up in my
But
head.
you can't come back from it if you do that.
goofy
No one takes you
songs-
serious.
No.
The
like,
goofy songs
you know-
can't work.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
like
or-
my women just a little on the trashy side.
I mean, that's about as
Where they wear their pants too tight on their thunder thighs, you know. It's like, well, yeah, it's probably not good.
Oh man, I'm just saying, like we thought about writing a song.
What if
that was
somebody-
like, I think
what-
I charted.
What?
Like,
Like
but it's like charts.
because people want to get a number
I
one
love
so
it.
bad, you know.
You're like, I think I might have
Yeah.
charted.
But it needs to be like a Tejas Brothers like.
Hey,
I think
we
I
had-
charged
we
it.
had, we had
I
like
think
a.
it's gonna have some
110
box,
on the,
yeah.
Yeah, I got a squeeze box in it.
back in 2010, we got like 110th on the chart. So hey, it was on there.
Yeah.
It was on the list. It was the very bottom of the list,
Well,
but it was on there.
I got the new one spinning, so everybody's got to go request that. Summertime's the single that's out right now, right?
Yes.
So everybody needs to request that at all the places that you can. And if you have Shane Hollinger's number, text him really late at night and say, please play Summertime.
For sure,
It's messed
Shane
up.
has it. So
He loves text in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah.
I'll text him for you too. He's probably blocked me by now. Surely.
Shane, hey man, it's Jody. Yeah, I know it's late, bud.
Like, you know that new, I'll be like on Back to the Future. I'll be like, hey Shane, you know that new sound you're looking for, man?
Yo, cousin, mom.
I think I found it.
That's great. Yep.
I did that one time at a show. Like I had to play by myself. When I first started, I was so bad. Like I mean, really, like it was. I should have been playing by myself. And that's where I got to play with Jeb and stuff. And I was like so nervous, and I played, and then no one clapped after the song. And so I just go, guess you guys ain't ready for that yet. But your kids are gonna love it.
Classic. That's
Saved
awesome.
it. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
like, they laughed. I'm like, whew.
These guys aren't ready for that one. He's just shredding. He looks up. He kind of opens his eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
Doing the
Afterwards, though, a guy
Oh.
told me, he goes, "Man, that's pretty chancy using a Back to the Future quote. That's a pretty old movie." You know, what I'm saying? That's a good point.
hey, but
I need
when
newer
we were
reference.
watching that movie, we couldn't imagine 2015,
God, no.
and now that was 10 years ago.
That's what I was saying earlier. See, I was a kid in the 90s, so like, you know, all the movies about how like the 2000s were going to be like flying cars and stuff. And then I realized
Yeah.
one day that I was in like 2005, and I was like,
Well,
you
That should have already happened.
yeah. Well, even on that movie, like when he went back to his parents' time, that was only like 30 years back. Like, so it was like from the 80s. So it was like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, so that would be like going back
Future
to
is not what they said it was
when we
gonna be.
graduated. That'd be like going back to like the late 90s right now. So I don't know.
Just saying. What they meant was everybody's going to be like doing AI goggles, you know, and just like, whoa.
I don't know how.
Future world, that's all it is.
I'm still surprised that Allen
No
Iverson
flying
has time to
cars.
do
It's
everything.
true.
Everybody keeps asking Allen Iverson to do everything, and he does it.
He doesn't have time for practice.
I'm like, when does AI? I mean, it's always
Practice?
yeah. He's in
Practice?
practice. He don't practice. He
Not a
don't
game. Practice.
Everybody's like, just Google it, just to get AI to do it. And I'm like, he don't have time.
He's retired. He's on the beach in Costa Rica.
He's gonna get
dude.
mad. I've seen his temper.
I'm not texting him later tonight. I end up with 2 black eyes.
Well, I told Jim what we should do is we need to get a website, and it's called like AI songwriting. And then when people say, "Hey, AI, write me a song," you know, and they would Google it, and they would go to us. We write the song, and then we let that happen for about 10 years, and then we go and collect all the back money for all the songs we wrote.
Dear Mr. Iverson. Hello. How are you? Hello, sir. And good morning.
Would you mind?
I need you to write.
Dude, could you imagine like all if all the people's stuff was going, it'd be stuff like, dear Allen Iverson, would you mind making me a video depicting what it would be like if a moose and a donkey were one animal and it was running down the road farting? You know, like that's what people like.
Yeah,
make
that's
on
the stuff
AI.
they make on AI.
Did
yeah.
you, like,
Plum silly.
You see this weird stuff happening.
You know,
I'm like,
I
why
think
is that a
what's
thing?
going to be awesome is if it turns out that he owns the rights to AI.
Joke's on us, right?
And then he's like, and then he sues the world,
Yeah.
and like he's like the biggest billionaire that's ever
Who's
lived.
the richest person alive? It's not
AI.
Elon. It's not Gatorade.
Nope,
Milan,
it's AI.
It's A to the I, baby.
Milan
Just
is.
because. The joke was on us the entire time. Unbelievable.
Hey, good morning, Jill. She says y'all are kind of thrown off. Good morning, guys. She acts surprised, like
Right.
like you didn't know this.
Was this her first time to listen to you?
No,
She should know better.
No kidding.
oh man,
This is not a new occurrence.
Lyndall Lucas tuning in also.
Oh,
Good
what's
morning, Lyndall.
up, my ninja?
Yeah, good old Lyndall.
Good
He's,
old boy right there.
Lyndall's been in here recording his stuff too. He's got some great stuff out. So.
Good old boy, Lindell.
Y'all want to do another one? Then we'll take a little break.
Sure.
Fine, yeah. What you want to do? What you want to do?
What
want
you?
to do?
He wants to shoot.
All right. Do all right?
No, that's just like the
Main
one we
Street?
just did. We can do Main Street.
All right.
Do Main Street.
Here you
All
go.
right. We'll do Main Street.
Main Street
So,
it is.
there. Let me put my handy dandy cheater on. All right, here we go. She was a high school queen, best looking baby mama that you ever did see. Got a GED, moved out and hit the road. She was 17. She had a mama's good looks. Her daddy did not have a sense to get out of the rain. Never took her anywhere. 18, a busted corpus, bleached blonde-dyed hair. Oh yeah, she dyed her hair. She got the window rolled down, hand upon the wheel, smoking cigarettes on Main Street. She tried to get a job, didn't try to be good, just a spinning through the world on Main Street. She's up on Main Street. She met an old cop, heart stealer, said that he would never leave her. But fake bling on her wedding hand was a fast talking, fast walking doing day. He get caught and blown away in the desert sand. That boy got blown away. The tail lights are out, the credit's no good. Chain smoking on Main Street. She got a 10-year-old, supposed to be in school, skittle popping, no job on Main Street. She's up on Main Street. Now all the teenage cuties, the football stars, roll together on Main Street. They got their whole life to live, plans to go far. One stop of one horse on Main Street. There's one Main Street. There's one Main Street.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Marty, that was a great job on the ooze.
Hey, Jill said, I came in late. Who is this feller? This is the Matt Stapp Band. Matt
The
Stapp
Matt
and Martin
Stapp
McLemore in studio with us today. Go check them out, the Matt Stapp Band. They got new stuff coming out.
We're on Facebook.
They got all the social medias.
Yeah, go give us a follow. We'd appreciate
In fact,
it.
I just shared it to my personal page too. Like, and I tagged the Matt Stapp band in it. So
Yeah, we're so close to that 1,000 mark on followers. So y'all that are listening, feel free to go follow our page. And
well, now that you're on the morning show, you're gonna be like 1,001.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be like crazy.
This one time we stayed up after midnight. Not with these fellers here.
We got all of our we'll post all of our shows on Facebook, but you can also go to mattstappband.com for a list of all of our shows. It'll show Matt's acoustic shows plus our full band shows.
.com.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah,
This interweb thing.
crazy.
It's on the line.
Online.
Yeah,
You can
what's
Google
on the
it.
line?
Google it.
You remember when the internet was just that thing on the inside of the swimsuit?
Remember that? Remember that?
You can't have one. You can't have a swimsuit without the internet.
You remember that?
I just want to know what happened to the outer net. That's what we need to come up with.
The outer
The
net.
outer net. Things that happen outside the world. The outer net.
Who says we're not far
There's a
from
comet coming. Comet just went by.
.comet.
That's all it takes, I think.
Check out the MattStappBand.comet. Out of this world.
That's good.
It's
That's
the
really
other,
good.
It's the other internet.
Number
the
one
outer
with a rocket.
You know how there's like the internet, man? This is the outer net.
It's different.
It's like outside.
It's got that.
Because music shouldn't be something you do inside, man. It should be outside.
Wait a minute, man. They're broadcasting this from the satellites, man.
That's it.
You're telling me they're everywhere, man? Like,
Everywhere, man.
I played with them dudes.
Have to
They have to film more. No, it's good.
That's awesome.
Well, Jill's a fan. Y'all need to go check out her venue too. Maybe she can get you down there to play. We went and played there. It's a great place called The Goat. And it's a really, really cool place.
Awesome little spot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They got a great stage up there too.
Oh, man.
It's one of them old school kind of like
They
sunk
built
into
it
the
right.
wall.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I
built
mean,
it right.
It's like
Really?
it's old honky tonk style.
They built it right. It's got a real dance floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd love it.
So,
Jill, we'll be
hit
there
'em up.
tomorrow.
Yeah. No. Hit them up, Jill. They're awesome.
Be in touch. How
Got
about
the whole band is awesome as well. So
Word.
yeah, y'all sound great together. Y'all really do.
We've really enjoyed playing with the two Zacks.
Zacks.
Yeah, you know,
Zach squared.
Zach with a K, Zach with an H. So
You got the Zacks covered.
yeah, they've just been a really good fit with me and Matt. You know, Matt and I've been together for forever.
Don't use
Seems
it.
like
Don't
it.
use another year.
Don't use
I'm
numbers.
timelined out, guys.
Yeah, we're not going to use a year,
Yeah,
but
don't
it's
do-
been a long time since we met on the Brazos River back in the mid 2000s. And I called Matt up and said, hey, at the time I had a band and our lead singer had said, I'm hanging it up. And there's a whole band sitting there and Matt didn't have a band. So
Well, that worked
I was
out.
like,
Yeah,
I
good.
know.
And that doesn't happen very often,
I
does
was,
it?
like, I was like, I know a guy that's a really incredible singer-songwriter, and he could really use a band. And so I called Matt, and
It's true.
he's like, man, I don't know. I'm about to have my first kid, and this was like December that I called him.
I'm not going to tell you how old she is.
Yeah. He's like, I'm about to
can
have my
guess.
first kid in April. He's like, I don't know. Let me think about it, and I'll call you back. He called me the next day. He says, let's do it.
Yeah.
And we were off and running, playing shows, and opening for Josh Abbott by March.
Only musician
So-
to have kids, and it like propelled, and it didn't
Right.
go the other way. Like, usually they have kids and kind of slow down.
Yeah, once we hit
He
the
getting out
ground
of the house.
rolling, we were
This
rolling.
guy's gone.
It
Love you,
was,
Maddie.
it was so great that I traded my SUV in on this wonderful van that was my daily driver that we put all kinds of miles on over the state of Texas, and we really only played one show out of the
It's
state.
really always the drummer that's got to sacrifice the most
Yeah.
and carry the most equipment.
It's the
My
heaviest,
wife
the
brought that up
most.
Saturday. Why did I have to marry the one that has all this stuff?
The drummer always
Anyway, I'm just like, all right, guys, I'm ready.
Matt comes with his guitar. I'm ready to go. Let me
Ready
know
to
when y'all are
start?
set up.
His
Yeah.
microphone and his guitar. He's like, you guys got all that stuff.
Can somebody tune this for me?
Is that-
That was good.
Hey, hey man, you know how to put a string on? He's all breaking everything down, putting his.
I actually had a female artist, I won't say who, one time that was actually a pretty big name, and she asked me to put strings. She didn't know how to put strings on her guitar.
I've gone through that.
I was like,
and
what?
I'm
How do
like,
you not know?
Aren't you like a famous artist?
Yeah. I'm like, how do you not know how to put strings on?
Did you not
What?
bring anybody with you?
I almost thought about putting them on backwards just because, but I didn't. I wasn't that mean.
Well, yeah, you're like, you know,
I'm like, oh,
you
sorry.
got this. You comes back and it's got just like they're all in the wrong place.
Put them on backwards.
Just not even in a row. Just
Oh,
like
I'm sorry.
different
I
sizes
used-
everywhere.
Awful. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm old. I used to string guitars for Hendrix, and he played it upside down. I didn't mean to do that to you. That's right.
But like, why are they all high?
I seen a
E
girl though
strings?
that could play upside down as good as she could play it right side up.
That's crazy, man.
Were either of them decent?
Amazing.
Both of them very good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
yeah. So
she's
my
bad.
cousin,
She's
my
good
cousin
musician.
at the time, we were at Larry Joe Taylor, and he was just learning, but he was real cocky. He had
No.
just enough beer that he thought he was awesome.
They have beer out there?
Yeah. And it was like his first time to
We
go.
won't tell your stories of LJT.
It was his first. It was his
Just
first.
don't use a year,
It was
okay?
his first time to be there, and he's like playing my guitar, right, and trying to like show off for the girls, and I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah.
And this girl walks up and she goes, "Can I play that?" And he's like, "If you think you can."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, don't say that. Don't say that."
Famous last words.
So she takes it and she starts going blah, 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 like all this stuff, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, like you're amazing!" And
Show me
she's like,
that.
"Really, I'm left-handed," and she just flips it over and does it the other way too, and I'm like,
That ought to make you feel good.
he hasn't played guitar ever since.
I'd have been like, no,
He quit. I tried to
too
teach him. He
far
goes, "No, I'm
behind.
done.
I'm too
I
far
am done."
behind.
He put it down.
In fact, his kids wanted to learn. I said, "Your dad knows how," and they're like, "He said to ask you because he ain't doing it." I ruined him.
That's awesome.
That girl ruined him.
Completely deflated.
Yes.
that is
Thought I was
hilarious.
doing good, and then
I
she
said, "Well,
showed up.
you should never hand it to a girl and say if you think you can."
Yeah.
That's like that's wrong. That's asking for it right there.
Oh yeah.
I learned a good lesson watching him though.
Some people can learn from other people's mistakes. I'm that guy that's got to touch the stove at least 3 times.
You're the guy that had to pee on the hot wire fence because you thought it was a lie.
And then I had to do it again to make sure that was what really happened. Like, I'm
No,
not
no,
sure,
man.
like-
Try it again, dude. Try it
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it did.
Yeah, the
Oh,
third
it did.
time it was all me though.
Yeah.
Jill said she hadn't smoked enough to get through our show this morning. That's the best comment ever.
Oh, it is.
Oh gosh! All right. Well, we'll take a little break. We'll come back. We'll do some more. Matt Stapp Band live in studio with us right here on Texas Homegrown Radio. Stick around.